So if you are a coach that feels a little disconnected to coaching, why you got into coaching, maybe a little disconnected from your heart, your soul, perhaps you've been found guilty of following tactics and manipulative strategies, well, if that's you, this video is for you. And I want to debunk and help you go back to the basics, because I really believe in something I say to my community all the time: building a coaching business is so simple. And that might be quite challenging to hear, especially if you're struggling right now, but it really is. And the likelihood, if you are struggling, is that it's down to the fact that you've forgotten what this is all about. And it's so easy, and I'm not blaming you in one slightest bit. I've forgotten many times, and I got caught guilty chasing the tactics, the strategies, the manipulative funnels and all that stuff. And not to say that doesn't work, but it only works when you're coming from the right place. And I want to share the 7th verse of the Tao Te Ching. And if you don't know what the Tao Te Ching is, a little Google will tell you. But this verse is something I come back to all the time. It's one that just resonates so deeply in my heart. And I read it yesterday. And it goes like this: "Heaven is eternal, the earth endures. Why do heaven and earth last forever? They do not live for themselves only. This is the secret of their durability. For this reason, the sage puts himself last and so ends up ahead. He stays a witness to life, so he endures. Serve the need of others, and all your own needs will be fulfilled. Through selfless action, fulfillment is attained." And for me, that says everything about how to build a coaching business. So right now, I have so much energy. I feel like I'm flying in life, in business. It's all very effortless. Clients are coming to me. I have wait lists. I have 55 clients in my communities. And I put it down to this verse. Every day I ask myself, how can I be of service? And I put my own agenda, my own ego's needs to the side. And when you act from this place of pure service without any expectation, any conditions, as that verse says, it's infinite. The energy, it's the kindest thing we can actually do for ourselves, is give without any expectation. And it's very nuanced, because I've in the past been guilty of giving because I was told, like, if I give, then I'll manifest more. If I give, then I'll get. But that's not the point, because when you give from that place, it is the ego. It's coming from the ego, and it's not an energy that actually fuels you. Whereas when you give without any expectation, it's an energy that you can just live on for the rest of your life. I really see life as a flow of compassion that we want to get in alignment with. And there's a great story in Zen Buddhism, I think it is, which talks to what actual true compassion is. And it goes like this. So a monk was out one day on his normal walk, and he noticed a beggar, naked, shivering, and he took off his cloak, as any good monk would do, and gave this beggar his cloak. But the beggar didn't say thanks. And the monk said, "Well, you could have said thanks." And the beggar said, "Well, you could have said thanks for giving me your coat." And it turned out that that beggar was a senior monk who was trying to teach him a lesson of true compassion, which the Buddhists define as taking away suffering without adding to the suffering. And that monk was adding to that suffering by his poor thinking of expectation, of conditions. That's not true compassion. True compassion is giving because it's good, it feels good, there's no expectation, there's no conditions to the giving. And I want to really invite you into that way of being. All the time, every day, I really try and align myself with that compassion. Yesterday I sent 3 books out to 3 people who just came to my mind. Why? Because they were just on my mind. It feels good to give. And I know that fuels me as well. There's no suffering there that I'm creating in my mind because I'm not expecting anything back. There's no condition to that. It just feels good. It's the kindest thing to do. Again, what Lao Tzu says, the sage gives to the kind. The sage is kind to the kind. The sage is also kind to the unkind. When you align yourself with the flow of compassion, your needs will be met, as that last sentence says. So this is how I've built and I'm building my coaching business. I get out of my own way, get out of my own head, my own ego, and get in service. Now, what does that actually mean, get in service? Well, this, on my morning walk, how can I serve today? This is a way to serve. How can I serve? I can send this client a note of encouragement, a book. How can I serve today? I can offer my wife a foot massage. How can I serve today? And when you serve from that purity of intention, from your heart, with no expectation, no condition, all your needs will be met. But the nuance is, that's not why to do it. The reason to do it is because it feels good. It's the right thing to do, not to get. And it's such a paradox, a seeming contradiction, but it's the kindest thing we can do for ourselves, the kindest thing we can do for others. And when you align yourself with this compassion, with this way of turning up, giving, serving, all your needs will be met. So I want to really invite you into that energy today. Notice where you contract, notice where you constrict, notice where your ego comes on board and you get caught up in your own agenda. Notice it. It's okay. We all have that. But clear the mind, let all that go, and just come back into the heart, into the root, and ask yourself, how can I be of service today? That may be as simple as dropping your own agenda for what your evening wants to look like with your partner and offering them a foot massage. It might be as simple as, in an enrollment call, dropping your own agenda of converting and serving that person in front of you and really empowering them to make the best decision. It might be telling the truth in your content. It might be smiling at the waiter. It might be tipping them an extra 10 euros, 50 euros, whatever it is. When you align yourself with this flow of compassion, I promise you, all your needs will be met. But that's not the right reason to do it. Such a paradox. It's so beautiful. But I promise you, when you align yourself with this flow of compassion, you will feel the energy that comes with it. Work does not feel like work for me. I could work in inverted commas the way I am forever, for hours longer than I actually do. Why? Because I'm fueled by this compassion, which, as the Tao Te Ching says, is eternal. When you align yourself with this, you'll be fueled by this eternal energy. I hope this makes sense. Drop any comments below. I'd love to hear what shifts are coming up for you, any questions you have. And go ahead and subscribe if you can. It would be a really compassionate act, maybe, and a really kind act, because I'm on such a big mission to change the understanding, the perceptions of building a coaching business. You don't need to manipulate. You don't need short-sighted tactics. You need to get in the flow of compassion, go serve. And of course, there's strategy in making offers, but when it's aligned with the Tao, when it's aligned with the heart, you can't fail. And then you're sending so much love. Have a beautiful rest of your day.